I was in the real estate business, and I used to make cold calls to homes and ask people if they were interested in selling their house. And people, most of them would say no, but if you would say yes, then I would make an appointment and go over to talk to him. Well, I did this with this one man, and I went over, he was alone, I went over to his house, talked about selling his property. Well, I got into the house, and he wasn't interested in selling his house. What he wanted was somebody to give him company. And while I'm talking to him, he's just constantly crying about the loss of his wife. And he had pictures of his wife on the wall, and he'd talk and cry, talk and cry. And I really felt terrible for the man. And I gave him some suggestions how he might, do things in the community or whatever. I don't even remember what I said. All I know is I was very upset and very impressed even to talk about today. And this was about 30 years ago. That he was just going on and on. And his wife had already passed about 6 months. So I really felt bad for him. When I left, I could do nothing for the man, and when I left, he was still crying. So these are some of the things to help people avoid this kind of situation. Conventional wisdom says it takes about a year to get over mourning, or maybe it's 6 months. I'm not sure what it is, and that's probably true. But I don't want to wait a year. No more than a person wants to go to prison for a year. But what I do look forward to is I got to only make it through one day, 24 hours. I only have to make it through that day until I go to sleep. Then when I go to sleep, I'm not mourning any longer. And then when I wake up, I'm refreshed and ready to start a new day. So I think it's a good idea. Just don't try to get through to a year. Just try to get through to today. And I would say it's the same for people, unfortunately, in prison. You've got a long sentence, at least it's long in your mind. You don't have to get through all that time. You only have to get through one day at a time. Then when you go to sleep, you're not in prison any longer. You're free. At least you have that experience once a day. Another suggestion I would like to make is do something for others. That will take your mind off your mourning and get your mind focused on other people. It's important that you're active. And if you're active in a way of doing something for others, that's the best way, and that will help you through. I used to follow stories on TV where unfortunately someone would lose a child, and then the next week I see them on television going before their legislature and petitioning for specific things that related to their child's death. And I wonder, well, they don't look, it's only been a week, it's 2 weeks, they don't look like they're mourning. Well, being active like that, doing something for others, helps get them through the mourning process. So now I understand that doing something for others can help you get through that process. And another suggestion, I don't know if it'll work or not, but when you're offered at work because you've lost a loved one, or take a day off. This is just take a week off. Take a month off. Well, maybe you can take a little time off. But basically, don't stop working. Working takes your mind off your loved one, takes your mind off the mourning process. So I believe that continue working is a big help to getting through all this.